Hi, this is Gab from Gasoline Inc. and you're listening to Dando on Torrent This 94.7 Pulse FM.
Welcome back to Torrent This with Dando on 94.7 The Pulse. Now, I'm joined on the line by a member of a band who originated from Perth, but they're now based in Melbourne. They've recently released their second EP and single of the same name titled The Wanted One, and they're currently on tour, which includes a gig at Revolver Upstairs this Friday, May 25th. I'm, of course, talking about Gasoline Inc., and I'm lucky to be joined on the line once again by their singer, Gab. Gab, thanks for your time, man, and how's things?
Oh, things are good, mate. Thanks for having us on the show.
No worries, man. Now, first of all, due to my shitty work hours, I was unable to make the gigs in Geelong and Torquay. How'd they go?
Oh, they were pretty cool. I mean, Geelong, we played at the Bended Elbow on a Thursday night, and, you know, it's all new for us. This is our first kind of East Coast tour and playing regional gigs, and we had a great time, and Torquay in particular was just a really good vibe. I think we played same night they had a festival on.
Okay, sweet.
There was a few people there, and it was freezing cold. It was great. We loved it.
Was Albury a good turnout on Saturday?
Yeah, Albury was really good actually. I think we got a couple of hundred, maybe a bit more in there.
Oh, nice.
It was really good. We were fortunate that one of the members in the band's from Albury.
Oh, okay.
It was managed to bring a few people, and I know sort of a few people up there as well in the local footy team, and it just spreads pretty quickly.
What's one of the biggest crowds you've played to?
Biggest crowd would have to be we did a family day for the Collingwood Footy Club in 2010, and that was about 25,000 people.
Whoa!
Yeah, and we didn't share the bill with anyone. It was just us. So
oh, really?
It was fun. Yeah.
Were you shitting yourself?
No, not really. We were just pumped. I mean, I think from memory, we played a gig the night before at Revolver, I think, as well, which just happens to be the gig we're playing this Friday. But, we stayed up all night and then rocked up the next morning and there we were, just doing the family day. It was great. So.
Well, what have been the main comparisons you've noticed between this current tour and the previous one?
The previous one with the Feelers?
Yeah.
I guess, when we toured with the Feelers, we kind of went together with them as two bands, sort of, moving from venue to venue, and we were able to build up a really close bond and a good friendship there. And obviously, you kind of get up to a bit more mischief. It's almost like you got partners in crime, and I think that's the main thing I've noticed. We're a bit more mellowed, That was our first coast tour, that we've kind of gone, all right, we're actually moving up the East Coast now, and we've got to share that with a great band from New Zealand called the Feelers. And this time around, it's more us, and we get to meet bands as we move from venue to venue, but they don't come along with us for the ride, so to speak. So it's that's probably the biggest difference I've noticed.
Well, I see you guys are wanted criminals now. Apparently you took some photo at the front of a building you weren't supposed to.
Ooh, yeah, mate. We were in Canberra for the night, and we just thought it'd be funny to go and say hi to Julia at Parliament House, and we went a bit of a drive around the house there, and we thought, let's just pop out here and get a quick photo. And within about 30 seconds, cops coming from everywhere going, you can't park your vehicle.
Really?
You can't take a photo there. You can't, and we were just like, you've just committed like 3 federal offences, and blah, and we kind of had to go, hey man, we're just a rock band, all right? We do have a trailer, but I'm going to assure you it's not full of fertiliser,
Well, what's wrong with taking a photo at Parliament House?
I don't know. I think it was more stopping outside the front of the vehicle, which we did, and then jumped out and, But, it could be that maybe we're just scoping out for some good spots to, plant some bombs. That's what they're thinking.
That was what you were really there for, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you guys fined at all?
No, we weren't. We were actually, I think once they realised that we were just kind of driving in to check it out. Like, all right, get out of here, and I think the last words were "rock on, boys," from the cops. So it was actually ended up being okay.
Oh, nice. Have you ever yourself tried to talk your way out of a fine of some sort?
Oh, of course. Yeah, I think hasn't everyone? I don't know. Maybe I think one of my friends was like, "Oh man, you just got to be nice to him, just got to be nice." But I tried this once and it kind of worked. But here's a tip for people: if you get pulled over by the cops, always carry a blonde wig
yeah.
Put it on, rub some lipstick on, and just say, "Excuse me, officer. No, I wasn't speeding. Is there anything I can do for you?" And then just blink really nicely as you say it, and then I'm sure you'll get off it.
But you're in trouble if he says, "Yes, there is something you can do for me."
Yeah, that's when you sort of go, "Oh crap, I didn't think it'd get this far." But hopefully you'll find the humour in it and then let you off without a fine.
Can you keep a straight face in an awkward situation?
Yes, I'm actually known for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's one of the things I actually really love to do. I have these kind of little things I call social experiments that I do with myself just for amusement, and I might go into I'll give you an example. I was shopping with my girlfriend the other day and I lost her. I went to the front counter and just sort of hit the page monitor on the speaker system and went, "Excuse me, would Renee Billinghurst please come to the front counter?
Yeah.
Your boyfriend is here and waiting." And it's all a bit of fun.
What'd they say?
Oh, yeah, they don't like it, but one thing I always found doing these things is that if you can do it with a straight face and deliver the performance as you mean it, they're more likely to go, "What's this?" Than actually try and do something about it.
I think that you're doing something wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you keep a straight face whilst you were running noodle on the highway?
I couldn't, no. I did do that. I tried, but the minute I came past some cameras, I just couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We went for a drive up the Hume Highway, and everyone was pretty tired. What happened, we played a show at we were playing in Newcastle, and we're driving straight from Melbourne after a show to Newcastle, which is about 14 hours. Mm-hmm. And, as soon as we left the venue in Melbourne, it was load the trailer and drive. And about 7 in the morning, you could see everyone was getting tired, and we pulled over, and I just thought, it'd be good just to go for a nudie run. It hit me, and sort of went for it. It was freezing cold, but it was good fun.
Did you film? You filmed it, yeah?
Yeah, the boys started filming. Obviously, they didn't realise it was me. They just thought it was some random naked guy.
Oh, really?
Once they saw it was me, they just sort of started laughing, and then, I couldn't stop laughing either. It was one of those moments I couldn't hold a straight face.
Maybe that could be the video for your next single.
Maybe.
Now, getting to the new EP, The Wanted One, what new things did you guys try out when compared to Fuel the Soul?
I guess we used an acoustic guitar for a couple of songs where we hadn't Fuel the Soul, and I think just trying to layer instruments a bit more, instead of defining, this is a rhythm guitar and this is a lead guitar, it was more, these are two guitars and this is how they work together, trying to create more sound. So I think, and I guess a bit more versatility in the songwriting as well. We've got a couple of slower songs and more upbeat ones as well, and I think that's what we really want to do, is just showcase to people that we're quite a versatile band when it comes to our writing, and we're able to do these different styles of songs.
What's more fun for you, writing or recording your music?
You know what? I have fun doing both, but certain moments in recording, like where you think you've got the song down and someone comes up with a brilliant idea and just throws a song an absolute curveball, I think they're quite inspiring moments,
Yeah.
But, being a songwriter, I'm always writing, and when you hit on an idea or you get something, you go, gee, that's really cool, that's another moment where you just sort of almost come out of your own body and you're just sort of flying with this energy that you don't know where it's coming from, but you just back yourself in that it's going to take you somewhere. I think that feeling is always really cool as well.
But when can we expect a full-length album?
We're working on it, actually, talking with a couple of producers at the moment, and the last two EPs we've done have been self-produced, and we want to get a producer in that can, come from a different perspective in terms of the production of the record.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably aiming for something towards the end of next year, I'd say.
Okay, that's a fair way away still.
Yeah, it is a fair way away, but, we want to go in there with a good, strong batch of songs, maybe 20 or 30, and then obviously cull them down. And, we're not going to go into something like that, which is, obviously going to cost money.
Yeah.
It's going to be our, announcement that this, when you do an album, that solidifies you as a group, as a band. So we would definitely want something to be up to scratch and no killer, all killer, no filler kind of thing, as they say.
Mm. Well, you've had a pretty busy 2012 so far, like multiple tours, releases. However, I've got to know, what does Another Man's Sweat taste like?
I knew you'd bring that up. Well, it's not very nice. It's nice, but when you're in a state, you'll do anything.
Yeah.
When we were in Coolangatta and we were performing it was on the Feelers tour, and we had the whole band had a few before we hit the stage, and by the time we came off it, we were pretty charged, and the Feelers finished playing and came off stage and started partying with us, and Hamish, the drummer, just come up to me and said, "Hey, mate, drink this," and just started wringing his gig shirt into my mouth. I just took it. I just took it. Again, all captured on camera. I think that someone's always standing there with a camera. That's one lesson I've learned. Even I think later on in the night we kind of went back to the motel and started wrestling for some unknown reason. Next thing you know, I dislocated my shoulder, and I was like, far out. But again, all captured on camera.
So you drank sweat for nothing in return?
Nothing in return, but hey, you're sick. you know.
It gave me something to talk about in the interview, I guess.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. What's the most painful injury you've ever had?
Oh, definitely. I've had a couple of shoulder reconstructions when I used to play footy.
Ooh.
They were pretty bad, but after the first one, I think my tolerance to them kind of, dropped, or it was much better to handle. And definitely, I think the most painful would have to be I had a disc bulge in my back when I was playing footy as well, and that was just uncomfortable. You couldn't stay in any position for 30 seconds without it being really uncomfortable.
Does the sight of blood gross you out?
Not really, no. I actually enjoy drinking it.
On the side of the street, yeah.
Blood, though. Only virgin blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, staying on topic of things that are gross, are you a Collingwood supporter?
Yeah, I am, actually. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Now, the reason I ask this is because many people listening, they may not realise that Gab is actually Collingwood's Harry O'Brien's brother.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. Are you much of an athlete yourself?
Yeah, well, I taught Harry everything he knows.
Oh, yeah.
I passed that down. I'm the older brother, so he was the one that competing against me when we were growing up, and if I hadn't been so hard on him, he wouldn't be half the footballer he is today.
So he had to hand the premiership medal to you, yeah?
I even passed down the jumper. I captained a premiership in number 8 before he did. So
now, well, besides nudie runs, what sport would you say is your specialty?
Definitely lawn bowls.
Okay, yeah.
Lawn bowls, yeah. I'm not that any good at it, but every time I've done it, I've always enjoyed it because you have a few beers.
Yeah.
And, actually, Matt, our guitarist, is a mad lawn bowls fan. I think his granddad taught him, and he did penance back in WA. And while I find the sport extremely boring, I do think it's great to just have a social drink and a chat.
It's actually not as easy as it looks, is it?
No, you think you wanted to go one way, and the next thing the ball's going, totally the other.
I know, yeah. Now, just a couple more questions, man. I'll let you go. Where do you see yourself on both a personal level as well as the band in 12 months' time?
Well, obviously the band, we want to be working towards releasing an album, so I guess working in a studio with a good producer and heading towards a release there.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously doing some more tours. Like just the whole reason we moved to Melbourne so that we could do affordable tours up and down the East Coast, which so far have been great.
Yep.
Personal level, I'd love to do. I'm actually writing for another group at the moment. We're just doing some songs, a bit more kind of a Peter Gabriel style kind of thing, and just sort of. I just love collaborating with different people and meeting different individuals, and I enjoy that. So in 12 months' time, that's what I hope to be doing.
That sounds good, man. And just one last question. This is what I ask to everybody. What advice do you have for all aspiring songwriters and musicians?
Listen to the Beatles.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably couldn't learn from any better people. So, and just the variety again. Just change it up. Yeah, you might be a rock band, but try and write a ballad, or go and write a jazz song or something. The more influences you can have in your writing, the better it's going to hold you in the future.
Well, there you go, guys. Make sure you get yourself a copy of Gasoline Inc.'s latest EP, The Wanted One. Check them out this Friday night at Revolver Upstairs. And for the latest news and info, like them on Facebook at facebook.com/Gasoline Inc. Once again, Gab, thanks for your time, man, and good luck for Friday.
Thanks, Dano. Thanks for having me.
No worries, man. Catch you later.
See ya.